Did you know?
Did you know that St. Nicholas was actually from the town of Patara, a seaport on the far northwest corner of the Mediterranean? Born into a wealthy family, St. Nicholas was raised to be a devout Christian. While he was a young man, his parents died during a pandemic sweeping Asia Minor. Because of his faith, St. Nicholas used his inheritance to help the poor and destitute. At an early age, he was ordained and eventually became the Bishop of Myra, a nearby city. There are numerous stories which recount his generosity, kindness, and care for others. Sailors, prisoners, and children all consider St. Nicholas their patron saint. Early in his ministry, St. Nicholas made a pilgrimage to Jerusalem. On his return trip, a storm threatened to capsize and sink the ship he was sailing on. Rather than succumb to fear, he got on his knees and prayed for God's intervention. Miraculously, the storm subsided and dissipated. The ship and all on board were spared. Soon after being named Bishop of Myra, St. Nicholas was arrested and thrown into prison. His only crime was that of being a Christian. He remained in prison for nearly 11 years until Constantine became emperor and legalized Christianity. It was said at that time there were so many bishops and deacons in prison, there wasn't any room for real criminals. There are many stories about St. Nicholas and children. One in particular has been recounted through the centuries. A businessman and devout Christian lost his business and all his money. As a result, he had no way to create a dowry for his 3 daughters so they could marry. Hearing of his plight and not wanting to humiliate the man, St. Nicholas came by their home at night and threw a bag of gold coins through an open window for the first daughter's dowry. He repeated this 2 more times so each daughter would have a dowry. According to the story, the bags of coins fell into a stocking or a shoe. As Christianity spread to Europe, the stories of St. Nicholas went with it. In the Netherlands, St. Nicholas is referred to as Sinterklaas, Santa Claus. On St. Nicholas Day, December 6, shoes are put out by children for Sinterklaas to leave either a gift or a lump of coal. Sinterklaas is Père Noël in France, Der Weihnachtsmann in Germany, and Babbo Natale in Italy. Over time, the legend of St. Nicholas was merged with the pagan celebration of the winter solstice and the birth of Christ to create Santa Claus delivering gifts to children under the Christmas tree on Christmas Day. Through the centuries, the image of Santa Claus, that is St. Nicholas, has changed from an elf wearing green delivering presents on foot to an overweight bearded man dressed in red with 8 reindeer flying around the world. The reindeer and sleigh were first introduced in the story The Night Before Christmas by Samuel Clement Moore. Today's image of Santa was introduced in a December 1930 Saturday Evening Post ad for Coca-Cola. For the young listeners out there, no one really knows what Santa Claus really looks like because no one has ever seen him. So whether an elf or jolly old St. Nicholas, it doesn't really matter. What matters is the reason for the season. Now you know.
I know.